Alrighty, alrighty. Well. Beatles eternally has jumped in. He's got his Guinness and ready for a game. Alrighty. Excellent. How you doing there, Beatles? Just finishing setting things up here. Whew. It's been a busy day, even though I didn't go to work today. Went and played golf. I did a live stream of Field of Glory 2. And then I decided to finally do something I haven't done for a while, and that is to fix my um, payoff pitch baseball charts. So, just to give you guys an overview, if you're watching this later or whatever, um, originally had come up with these nice, super cool charts for singles and doubles and groundouts and flyouts and everything, just to add in players' speed and where the ball was hit. But basically, these charts are a little bit more confusing than they really need to be because if you notice, like the 7, and if you have a speed of 8, you have a 1 extra chance of moving up and down. So basically, what I did now is I took my charts and made them standardize based upon the actual rulebook charts, and then you just have modifiers, and that's going to modify your 6-sided dice. So let's say, for example, we have a runner on first and a single happened. What we're going to do is re-roll the dice here, and then, come on, come on out there. Let's roll it again. Come on. The only thing I like this dice roller, but sometimes it gets a little wanky. All right, so the way the dice are set up is the first 6-sider, which is this special 6-sided multicolored dice. This is the dice we're going to use for our check. The second 6-sider is the red, and we can just kind of ignore that because that doesn't come into play. The 5 is the first 10-sided dice, and the 1 is the second 10-sided dice. So in this case, if we were playing regular payoff pitch, it would be a 4-51. So you'd look at the pitcher column 4, which would be tough, and you'd look at a 51 on the player card to determine what happened. If we're trying to determine if our runner goes from first to third on this single, the first thing we have to do is we have to look at the runner's speed. So we'll just say, for example, A.J. Pradinsky here was on first base. We're going to look, and he's got a run rating of 6. All right. So very quickly, all we have to do is look at our dice. The 5 goes on the batter to determine where he hits it. He hit it to center field. The 1 goes to the depth. 1 is shallow. So center field's shallow. You add in all your modifiers. So we have a run of 6. So he gets a -1 to his dice roll. It was a normal hit. So no modifier there. I'm sorry, it was a shallow hit. So -1 because of his speed, a -1 because it was hit shallow. And it was hit to center field, so no alteration there. And we'll just assume it was an in-play hit, so no alteration there. So you get a -1, -2 to his dice rolled. He rolled a 3, you subtract 2 is a 1. You look at the column, and 1 is 1 base. So he just ended up going 1 base. Just kind of a show you ahead of time. Instead of having all these massive charts, it's basically just now one chart based upon the actual rules. So this is if you look at the charts in the actual payoff pitch, this is the actual rule. So the only adjustments that we're making are if the ball was hit shallow, obviously it's going to be harder for runners to go from first to third or from second to home. If it's hit deep, it's going to be easier because the ball's hit farther out. So that's basically all we've done there is taken the speed of the runner, where it was hit, the depth it was hit, and how it was hit, adding some modifiers to a 6-sided dice to determine whether or not they are going to advance or not. So we'll look at that eventually, I'm sure. As the game progresses, we will probably have some situations that come up. So I should mention one other super cool thing for all you replayers out there. Beatles Eternally, I'm sure knows about this, but for those of you who don't, there's a site called Baseball Sim Research out there. You can go to www.baseballsimresearch.com, and it'll have the actual starting lineups for all the different games. So I'm using the 2013 season with my payoff pitch. So if we do that, we can just save the file, and it'll have all kinds of super cool stuff. You'll be able to download it. And here it is. These are all the starting lineups for every game that happened. You can print it out, but it is 2,431 pages, so I'm not sure you want to print out every single page. But this is our game right here. This is Sunday, February 31st, 2013. We have the Texas Rangers going to Houston to start the season off. I actually have this printout. I was thinking about just doing it, keeping score on myself, but I decided to go ahead and hook back up my ball score here and see if we can get that to roll. I'm not sure which is going to be faster. I'm trying to find the fastest way to do this. Anyways, today's lineup is Ian Kinsler, second base, batting first. Elvis Andrus, shortstop, batting second. Lance Berkman, the DH, batting third. Adrian Beltre, third baseman, batting fourth. David Murphy in left, batting fifth. Nelson Cruz, the right fielder, batting sixth. A.J. Pradinsky catching. He's batting seventh. Mitch Moreland, first base. He's batting eighth. And Leonis Martin, his center field, is batting ninth for the Texas Rangers. For Houston, Jose Altuve is second base, batting first. Brett Wallace, first baseman, batting second. Chris Carter, left fielder, batting third. Carlos Pena, the designated hitter, batting fourth. Justin Maxwell, center field, batting fifth. Jason Castro, the catcher, batting sixth. Matt Dominguez, third baseman, batting seventh. Brandon Barnes, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Ronnie Cedeno, the shortstop, batting ninth. Starting pitchings today, Bud Norris for Houston and Matt Harrison for the Texas Rangers. And Beatles Eternally says it is a great site. So if you are a sports sim replayer, especially for baseball, obviously, Rondo's Ultimate Replay Guides. Awesome. All right, so before we actually get rolling, there are certain things I want to mark down on my sheet since I did print it out and went through all that trouble. Things we're going to need to know are A.J. Pradinsky's arm is a 2. So I'm going to write that down on my sheet so I don't need to keep looking it up. A.J. Pradinsky, arm A2. All right, and we need Nelson Cruz. His arm is a 6 in the outfield. Arm 6. Leonis Martin. His arm in, let's see, he was playing, Leonis Martin was the center fielder. He's got an arm of 7. Arm of 7. And who else do we have? We have left field, David Murphy. And in left field, he has an arm of 4. I think that'll just help keep things rolling. We'll get the speeds when the players come up. That way I don't have to do that right now. All right, for Houston. Houston catching is Jason Castro. All right, let's find Jason Castro here. He's got an arm of 4. Arm of 4, really? Not good. Arm of 4. All right, the outfielders, Brandon Barnes and right. Brandon Barnes. Hello? Where is he? There he is. Right field, he's got an arm of 4. Very nice. Arm of 4. In left field, Chris Carter. Left field, he's got an arm of 5. Chris Carter, arm of 5. And finally, to get things rolling here, center field, Justin Maxwell. Justin Maxwell. Center field, arm of 8. Ooh, not good. Arm of 8. All right. I think, pretty sure, that's everything. We should be ready to go. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to do. So, we'll start it off with Ian Kinsler going up against Bud Norris. Ian Kinsler, his card's right here. If you're not sure how to play a payoff pitch, I would highly recommend you go to Baseball Demos, a YouTube channel. He's got quite a few payoff pitch videos there. He talks about how to play it. It's pretty simple. You roll 2 six-sided dices, which are the first 2 numbers. You combine these together. You get a rating or a effect on the pitcher card. So in this case, it'd be 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 is a tough play. You roll percentile dice. In this case, 51. And a tough 51 for Ian Kinsler. If it doesn't fall in his column, you will check the bottom for the out. 51 is going to be a ground ball hit to third base, G5. So that's as simple as it goes. I am not going to play with any rare plays. I don't like the rare plays. So if a 0-0 comes up, we're just going to re-roll it. 0-0 on the percentile dice. We won't play with injuries because we're going to use historic lineups. And I think we are ready to go. I don't think, yeah, I think we're ready to go. So here we go. Bud Norris versus Ian Kinsler. Starting off the season 2013 for the Texas Rangers. In the batter's box, waiting on the pitch. Here it comes. It's curveball. And we ended up with a 1083. So 10 is a tough. Bud Norris is a right-hander, so we look on the right-handed column. 83 is going to be way too high. That's going to be a G6. So it's going to be, I just have to remember how to use this program now. Let's see, I think I hit the space bar. There we are. Ground out to shortstop. And I hit OK, and we move on. Alvis Enduris. Here's his card here. A 1 up, 1 down here for Bud Norris. Alvis Enduris, the right-hander, righty on righty matchup. Let's see, versus right-handed pitchers, he hit 270 in real life. Let's see what he does here against Bud Norris. He's got a 553. 5 is in play. In play, 53 is out of range. That's going to be a ground ball. And it's going to be hit to third base, wherever that might be. There it is. So 2 up, 2 down. I don't see this in their shop. It looks cool so far. Great site. Found it, and the price is even is nice even for seasons. There seem to be a lot of gaps, however. Yes, there does seem to be a few gaps. I did end up picking up about 6 of their seasons. They only have about 8 or 9, but hopefully we can support Payoff Pitch and get them to get some more seasons out there. They're awesome. It's a great system. It's easy. You can teach somebody in like 2 minutes how to play and have lots and lots of fun. So Lance Berkman, this is before Berkman came to play with the Cardinals against Bud Norris. 2 up, 2 down here, top of the first inning. Lance Berkman is going to be switch hitting here against Bud Norris. And we have a re-roll because it didn't officially roll it. Uh-oh. That's a 2. That's a defense of 75. So defense is 75. We need to look at the defense here. So 75 is the roll. It's going to be a shortstop, and it's going to be an error check. So an error check on the shortstop. Ronnie Cedeno. So let's look at Ronnie Cedeno here. There he is, Ronnie Cedeno. He's playing shortstop. So his error rating is a 1. Oops, I don't actually have the ballpark yet. We'll have to grab that here real quick. Minute Maid Park, I think is what it was. Minute Maid Park, Houston. There we are. All right, so here we go. Sorry about the delay, guys. So an error rating of 1 for Ronnie Cedeno. You can see his error rating based upon his position, shortstop, and 1. So a 1 to 63 is going to be an error. So we're going to re-roll the dice here and find out if Ronnie Cedeno makes that first error of the season. And it's a 58. So 58 is an error on Ronnie Cedeno. Now we need to find out what kind of error it is. So we go to the error rating. Right here, we look at the two six-sided dice, which is a total of 6. We find out it was hit to shortstop. So we look under the shortstop, we look at 6. It's a 1-base error. So I have to score that correctly this time. Batter reach first base on an error. That sounds like a good one. Error on the shortstop. Okay. That's an E6. Lance Berkman is aboard on first base. So we look at Lance Berkman here. Where is he? He's got a run of 6. I might as well write that down while I'm R6. Elvis Honduras. We might as well write them all down while we're. Ian Kinsler has got a run of 8. R8. Elvis Honduras. He's got a run of 8. Adrian Beltre. Guess I could have done this before we started, but where's Adrian Beltre? Oh, there he is. He's got a run of 7. David Murphy. He's got a run of 7. Nelson Cruz, the Cruz Meister. Where are you, Cruz? Run of 5, kind of slow there. AJ Perninsky, he's got a run of 6. Mitch Moreland. I'll get these all done and then we won't have to worry about it any longer. Mitch Moreland, there you are, run of 7. And the Otis Martin, center fielder. He's got a run of 8. There we go. All righty. So that brings up, who was up? Adrian Beltre's up. There we go. Adrian Beltre against Bud Norris after the E6. 2 outs, runner in first. Berkman's probably not running anywhere. He's got a 7, which is kind of respectable. But he'll be going up against the catcher, which has actually got a 4. It's too early. We're just going to assume that they don't run or try to steal. All right, here comes the windup in the pitch. It's a 987. 9 is in play. 87. Adrian Beltre, 987 is going to be a G6. It's another ground ball. Hit to short. And that's going to end the inning. So after the error, it doesn't come in costly. And we go into the bottom of the first inning. Leading off, Jose Altuve. All right, he's got a run of 7. I might as well do that. All right, he'll be facing off against Matt Harrison for the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers. Here he goes. He was only started 2 games the whole season, so I'm not sure what had happened. He didn't have very many innings. I don't know if he got hurt in this season or what, or got sent back down to the minors, but he started opening day, so that's a little weird. All right, let's see what happens here. We have a 527, so 5 is patient. Altuve patient, and he ends up rolling a 27. 27 is going to be a double. So Jose Altuve leads the game off for the Astros with a double. With a double. All right. This run is a 7. Okay, next up, Brett Wallace. Brett Wallace run is a 7 as well. 7 is standard, so if you're not... Where can you get this, ID Jester? Tim Carroll asks. So you can order the season files from the Payoff Pitch website. And I'm just basically taking the PDF versions and stuff and kind of converted it into my own manufactured way of playing it instead of cutting it out and recording it with cards and dice. I'm just kind of doing the cards and dice on the computer, and I'm using Ball Score and Ball Stat to keep track of everything. And this is a free program. You can go to Google and search Ball Score. It'll take you to a website. You can download it, install it on your computer. I've got a couple videos on that as well. So if you're interested, you could check out some of my old videos. So coming up is Brett Wallace. The lefty on lefty. Lefty on lefty here. So Matt Harrison is a lefty. We have to remember to look on the left side of the column now. All right, here we go. Man on second, Altuve with the leadoff double. Let's see if Brett Wallace can knock him in. That's a 752. So 7 is tough. Tough 52 is going to be a strikeout. Look at that. Brett Wallace, 1-99 is strikeout against lefties. Not a good matchup for Brett Wallace. So he got the K. Let's go Toop. And then I think we just hit K. No. Let's see. Strikeout. Let's see. That is going to be... pitch, was it? No. Trying to remember what the shortcut key is. If I hit this, ground out, pop up, fly out, strike, line out, foul out, sacrifice, ground ball, line, blah, blah. It's none of those. It's a strikeout. Just a simple. Oh, I know what I do. I go S for strike. I put 3 strikes on the board, and then I just hit enter. And I hit enter again. There we go. So strikeout for Brett Wallace. Jose Altuve on a second. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to do all this stuff. So, all right, Chris Carter's now up. Chris Carter is the left fielder today. Righty against the left-hander. Matt Harrison with the windup in the pitch. That's an 11-0-1. So 11 is patient, and a 0-1 on the patient is going to be a walk. So Chris Carter. So this case I put, is it B for ball? 1, 2, 3, 4. Was this intentional? No. All right, so we got runners on first and second, 1 out for Carlos Pena. Carlos Pena against left-handers only batted .231 with 3 home runs, 2 doubles, and a triple. 19 strikeouts. So Carlos Pena against Matt Harrison. Matt Harrison in a little bit of trouble here in the first inning. Altuve on at second. And Chris Carter on at first. Only one out. Here comes the windup in the pitch. It's a 6. 6 is tough, 12. So Carlos Pena, tough 12 is going to be a strikeout. So KK, oh, nope. SSS. There we go. Normal strikeout. You like my solution. Nice small footprint. All right. Well, two-away now. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Justin Maxwell, center fielder. Justin Maxwell. There he is. All right, so Harrison fighting back here with 2 strikeouts in the inning. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That is a 3-11. So 3 is wheelhouse. Uh-oh. 3 is a wheelhouse check. And 11 against lefties. Oh, he has no home runs against lefties. So an 11 is going to be a double. So Justin Maxwell gets a double. That's going to score Altuve. Now we get to use our super cool chart to find out if the runner goes first to third. So on the double, so we're on the double chart here. We're going to roll percentile dice again to find out where the ball goes. And the ball is 6-7. So 6 is center field, and it's off the wall. So center field, off the wall, and the double. Oh, no, there's 2 outs. That's right. I always got to remember that. Grr. If you hit in the wheelhouse or with 2 outs, you automatically get the extra base. That's part of the payoff pitch rules. There is 2 outs, so that is going to score 2 runs as Maxwell gets himself a double. Altuve is going to score. Carter is also going to go all the way around to score from first base. And 2 runs come in, and Justin Maxwell gives the Astros 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. All right, that brings up Jason Castro. Jason Castro, the catcher. Jason Castro, there we are. So Matt Harrison giving up a couple doubles here. One off the wall here in center field. Over the head of, let's see who's playing center field for Houston. That's going to be Leonis Martin. Over his head, hits off the wall, and a double. So it brings up Jason Castro here. He's got a 794. 7's tough. Tough 94 is going to be an F9. So it's going to be a fly out to 9. And that's going to end the inning. But 2 runs score on 1, 2 hits. How many hits was that? 2 hits? All right. Doesn't matter. All right, go into the top of the second inning. 2 up is David Murphy, Nelson Cruz, and A.J. Perninsky. David Murphy first. David Murphy. Oops, let's get the right team here. David Murphy. Here he is. Left-hander against Bud Norris, the right-hander. David Murphy against Bud Norris. The windup in the pitch. Here it comes. Oops. Here it comes. It's a 671. 6 is patient. Patient 71. Patient 71 is going to be an F8. So we have an F8. Nelson Cruz steps in. Nelson Cruz, right-hander. Right fielder. And the windup in the pitch, Nelson Cruz. It's an 8-36. 8 is tough. 36. So tough. 36 against the right-hander is a strikeout. Normal strikeout. A.J. Perninsky, the catcher. A.J. Perninsky, the left-hander, against Bud Norris, the right-hander. And away it comes. That's a 5-10, 5-10. So 5 is in play. A.J. Perninsky, 10 is going to be a single. So 6-25 is a single. And that's going to be a single for A.J. Perninsky, 1 for 1 on the season. So let me check out the chat here. Beers Eternally. I just got on Sideline Strategy. Would you buy the PDFs? This is my first time seeing the game in its entirety. I have a pile of PC Sims, but I wouldn't mind adding this one, says Beatles Eternally. So yes, I would. Beatles Eternally. Limited space where I live. But you should get ID Jester's opinion. He's far more familiar with the game. I think it's a really solid game. It's fun. It's quick. It has the you can get the lefty-righty matchups if that's important to you. For me, it is having the different lefty-righty matchups. There are, I would say, rather generic charts that come with the game that obviously I've been working on to kind of add more spice and variety to kind of make them a little bit more interesting. So I guess that's kind of the only downside I see to the game. But it's quick, it's fun, it's easy. You can get through a game if you're doing cards and dice and you got it all cut out and ready to go. It does come color coded if you buy the lefty-righty matchup splits. So yeah, pretty solid. Mitch Moreland's up. Mitch Moreland, where are you? Mitch. There you are. All right, lefty on righty here as Bud Norris gives up a single. First hit of the game. Mitch Moreland, lefty, against right-handed Bud Norris. Oh, we got a 12-37. So 12 is a wheelhouse. Mitch Moreland, wheelhouse, 12-37 against Bud Norris, the right-hander. And it's going, gone. 20. Rose up, and we got us a tie ball game as Mitch Moreland cranks one out into deep left center field, 417 feet, and 2 runs come trotting across for Texas, and we got us a 2-2 ball game. The Otis Martin steps into the box after the 2-run home run. Uh-oh, where's his card? Uh-oh. The Otis Martin, where are you? Oh, here he is, right there. Sorry. I thought I missed him. So Bud Norris gives up the 2-run home run to tie up the game, and Al, Red Sox fan, one of our all-time favorite viewers, has arrived, along with Beatles Eternally. And Tim Carroll, you just missed the 2-run home run, Al, Red Sox fan. We have an 860. 8 is tough. Tough 60 is going to be a triple. Leonis Martin gets a triple. His one and only chance of getting a triple, and he got it exactly. So a triple after the home run. So 3 straight hits in this inning, and Bud Norris has come unglued a little bit. They come out to the mound and have a little meeting. Ian Kinsler's up for the second time today. Hit a little ground ball to short his first time up. trying to settle Bud Norris down after giving that 2-run home run up here in the top of the second inning. Ian Kinsler with the windup and the pitch. Here we go. 797. So in play 97. In play 97 is going to be fly ball to left. And that's going to end the inning and strand the runner, Leonis Martin, on third base. But we have us a tie ball game going into the bottom of the second inning. Texas 2, Houston 2. Due up for Houston, Matt Dominguez, Brandon Barnes, and Ronnie Cedeno. Matt Dominguez up first. So we got to remove that, move that down here. So that was rather exciting, a 2-run home run for Houston. I'm sorry, for Texas. Matt Dominguez here. Let's see if Houston can get back on the board here and bring their offense alive here against Matt Harrison. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's a 5-0-6. So 5 is patient. Patient 0-6 against the lefty is going to be a walk. So walks away Matt Dominguez. That's not the right button. No. So Dominguez walks to first. Matt Dominguez, he's got a run of 6, so not the quickest. He's got a run of 6, so probably won't be stealing here. We shall see. That brings up Brandon Barnes. Brandon Barnes, right-hander against the left-handed Matt Harrison. Brandon Barnes, the right fielder. He's got a run of 7. Might as well write that down while I looked at it. We have a 6-0-6. So a 6 is tough. Brandon Barnes, a tough against the lefty. 0-6 is going to be a strikeout. So that's going to keep hitting K instead of S. 1, 2, 3. That's a normal strikeout. So that is 1, 2, 3 strikeouts on the day for Matt Harrison. Ronnie Cedeno. Ronnie Cedeno. There he is. So runner on at first, 1 out. Here we go. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 667. So 6 is tough. A tough 67. Oh, look at that. Ronnie Cedeno. 1-67 is a strikeout. He ends up rolling his 67. So if he would have got one more, he would have got a double. So 1-67, the strikeout, and that's what he gets. Back-to-back strikeouts. Still at first base, Matt Dominguez waiting. That brings up Jose Altuve, who led the game off with a double for Houston. Altuve 1 for 1 on the day. 2 strikeouts, though. Here it comes, the windup in the pitch, Jose Altuve. Uh-oh, that's a 251. So 2 is defense 51. So we need to look at our chart here. A defense 51 is going to be an error check on the second baseman. So second base is going to be Ian Kinsler. So let's take a look at Ian Kinsler. He has an error of 2. Error of 2. So we look at the error rating of 2. So 1-53 will be an error. Let's find out if Ian Kinsler makes an error. And it's a 91, so no error. 91 is a good play by Ian Kinsler, by Ian Kinsler. So that's good. It's going to be a ground ball hit to second base, and that's going to be second base. that's going to end the inning. So after 2 complete, it's 2-2. Tim Carroll asked me a question. How do you get the computer game? There is, Tim. I don't know if maybe you stepped out when I was explaining this. There is no computer game of Payoff Pitch. This is my personal way of doing it. You can buy the PDFs and you can basically do everything I'm doing yourself. If you were to download Ball Score at home, you could keep track of your own game. That's all this is. This is a free program that you can download off the internet. And now I've got everything all messed up because I wiggled my screen like that. So I don't know, maybe you stepped out when I was talking about this or what, but there is no computer version of this. This is just the PDF that you can buy from their site, and then Ball Score, which you can download, and basically this is just my own setup. Hopefully I explained that right. All right, so what were we doing here? We are in the top of the 3rd inning. Elvis and Darius is coming up. Elvis is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Where is he? There he is. All right, so I need to get all my stuff hooked back up. All right, Bud Norris comes back out after having a very shaky 2nd inning. He stepped out. Elvis. What happened to Elvis his first time up? He hit unassisted to first base. Okay. So let's see what he does this time. Bud Norris with the windup and the pitch. Here it comes. Elvis looking, and he gets a 961. So 9 is in play. And this is a righty. So in play, and we have a 61. 61 is going to be a F. It's either a 7 or 9. The numbers are so little, it's hard to tell sometimes. It looks like a 9, so it's an F9. So he flies out to right field. Flies out to right field. Lance Berkman, who got reached on the error first time up. Lance Berkman. He'll be fighting off. Hey, Max, how you doing there? Max Cornelius has joined us. Quite a few regulars are showing up for our awesome Payoff Pitch game. We do appreciate everyone stopping out tonight to say hi. Lance Berkman trying to get a hold of one here off of Bud Norris. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's a 478. So 4 is tough. 78, so we look under the tough column. 78, it's not there. We go down the bottom. 78 is going to be a, let's see, 78 is an F8. So he's flied out to center field. So back-to-back flyouts. That brings up Adrian Beltre, who hit a ball too short his first time up. Adrian Beltre right there. He'll be off against Bud Norris here. Glad to have you, Max, Beatles, Tim, Al, Red Sox fan, everyone else that showed up. Appreciate it. We have an 851. 8 is tough. Tough 51. Oh, look at this. Adrian Beltre got a tough, rolled a 51, which is exactly what he needed for a single. Exactly what he needed for a single. So, Adrian Beltre's aboard. Adrian Beltre's got to run a 7. Does he take off, or does he let David Murphy, the left fielder, hit? David Murphy hit 223 against left-handers. Let's take a look at our chance. So here's how you calculate this. The first thing you need to do is you need to get less than or equal to the hold rating of the pitcher. So you have to decide whether or not you're going to attempt it. If you try to attempt it, if you roll 8 or less on 2 6-sided dice, you get a lead and are able to take off. If you roll an 11 or 12, you are picked off. And if you roll, in this case, a 9 or 10, nothing. You don't get the lead and you just do the play normal. If he decides to go, what you do is you look at your speed rating of your runner. So in this case, it's going to be, who's going to take off? Adrian Beltre. Let's look at his. Adrian Beltre has a run. He's got a steal rating of B. And the catcher's arm for Houston happens to be an AF4. So we look at our little chart here. And if I can find the chart, it's around here somewhere. All right, here it is. So stealing. So it's basically a combination of the catchers throwing and the runners stealing. So the runners stealing again made Adrian Beltre's a B, and the catcher happens to be Jason Castro right here. He's got an arm of 4. So you just combine these into a B4. You look at the chart here, and you look for B4. And in this case, B4 comes right here, which is under the excellent column. So you can see he's going to steal base 18 to 99. So very good percent chance that he's going to be able to get it. So Adrian Beltre is going to try and steal here. So we are going to roll the dice and see what happens here. Here it comes. That's an 8. So he did get the jump, and he rolled a 19. 19, that's going to be interesting. That was, just made it. Just made it. They went to instant replay after the call, and he was determined to be safe. So Adrian Beltre gets himself a runner on first, steals second. There we go. Into scoring position here for David Murphy. David Murphy, what did he do his first time up? He flied out to center field his first time up. So David Murphy, the left-hander against Bud Norris, the right-hander. Beltre on at second. Here comes the windup in the pitch. Lots of action going on in the game so far. Here it comes. It's a 10-37. So 10 is tough, 37. A tough 37. Tough 37 is going to be a double. So a double for Murphy. 37 just makes it in there on the tough call. So a double for Murphy is going to score Beltre from second. And Texas takes their first lead of the game on back-to-back. A single, a stolen base, and then a double. Nelson Cruz struck out his first time up. Nelson Cruz. So Texas has their first lead of the game here. Nelson Cruz. And that is a 10-13. So 10 is tough. Nelson Cruz tough. 13 is going to be a strikeout. So that's going to end the inning. Normal strikeout. And after 2.5 complete, Texas 3, Houston 2. Due up, Brett Wallace, Chris Carter, and Carlos Pena. Brett Wallace, his first time up, he struck out. He'll be facing off the left-hander, Matt Harrison. Here we go with the windup in the pit. Brett Wallace. Here it comes. It's an 8-27. So 8 is tough, 27. Left-hander. Tough 27 is going to be a strikeout. Strikeout. That is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the day for Matt Harrison. Chris Carter walked his first time up. Chris Carter. And that is a 5.51. 5 is patient. 51. So patient 51 against the lefty is going to be a walk. It's going to be a walk. So Chris Carter, let's take a look at Chris Carter. He's got to run a 6, which is below average. And the catcher for Texas, A.J. Perninsky, has got a 2 arm. So if we compare that and look at the chart again, so that's going to be a, I'm sorry, we don't look at the, we look at the A run. So he's an A stealer. And we look at the 2 for the arm. So it's going to be an A2. A2 is going to fall in the second column over. Matt Harrison has a terrible hold rating, 10 or less. That's like he doesn't even try to keep him on. So Chris Carter, not very fleet of foot, but a decent stealer. Who's up? Carlos Pena, who struck out. There's only 1 out. Yeah, I think he's going to try. He's going to try and take off, so let's see if he can steal the base as well. Get lots of action going here. So it's an 11, so he does not actually get the jump. It's an 11. So he does not get the jump. He needed a 10 or less, believe it or not. And I believe, is it 11 and 12 you get picked off? I'm going to have to check that rule really quickly here. I know it's like 12, 11, 12, something like that. Pitcher stamina, hit and run, ballpark, sacrifice bunts, pickoff, stealing bases. Regardless of which options used, you look at the pickoff section of the rules below. If he did not get a jump and he rolled 2 6s, regardless of the pickoff section of the rules below when you roll 2 6s. So it's just 2 6s. Okay, so it's 11's okay. So he doesn't get the jump. He can't take off. So we're just going to resolve a play as normal here for Carlos Pena. Carlos Pena. Oops, wrong team. Carlos Pena. We got a 974. So ballpark 74. We look at the ballpark card. So ballpark 74 against the Carlos Pena is a left-hander. So left-handed. 1 to 74 is the wheelhouse. 1 to 78 in this case. He rolled a 74. So it falls in the wheelhouse. So immediately re-roll under Carlos Pena's wheelhouse check. And you can see right here, 1 to 18 is going to be a home run for Carlos Pena. And once again, let's see what happens. Here comes the roll. 1 to 18, 18% chance of getting himself a home run. He rolls a 69 though. 69. 69 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. That could be a double play. So here's how you resolve double play, since this is the first time we've had this. We have a runner on at first, Chris Carter. We have Carlos Pena up at the plate. So Carlos Pena has a double play rating of 6. And Matt Harrison has a double play rating of 7. So we will find out. We need to roll less than or equal to 6, and it'll be a double play on 2 6-sided dice. So we rolled an 8, which is actually higher than both of the results, which I believe have to check this rule again because it's kind of a little goofy. roll 2d6s higher than either player's rate. A runner on first base is out at second. And is higher than either player's. Double runner on first is out at second. Batter safe at first. Other runners advance one base. If the dice total is equal to or less, then it's a double play. Runner on first, out at second, batter out at first. If dice total is equal to or less than each player's, runner on first, out at second, batter out at first, other runners. If DD total is higher than either player's, runner on first base is out at second, batter safe. Runners advance one base. So, yeah. Because it's so confusing, that's why I have my own damn chart. So I have a ground out chart. We have a runner on at first. Where is it? Runner on at first. So we're going to just re-roll these dice. That's why I don't like using their stupid charts, because sometimes they're a little confusing. All right, so we have a runner, and we're going to find out if he's out at first or out at second. So the ball was hit. Where was the ball hit? God damn it. One thing I should have remembered. Pena hit the ball to short, I believe. So ball was hit to short, and we rolled a 5. A 5 is a normal. So it wasn't a slow ball. It wasn't a hard hit ball. It was normal. So no change on that. It was hit to short. So we got a +1 to the 6-sided dice. We rolled a 5. +1 is 6. So out at second. So that's how simple that is. So in this case, we have a fielder's choice. And we're going to have a 6-3. No, we need, what are we doing here? Hello. Runner out at first, out at second. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Why would it not be a 6-3? Why is 6-3 not there? Oh, because he's out at second. That's right. Duh. Out at second is going to be a 6-4. There we go. Boy, that was confusing as all hell. All right. Woo! That one went way over my head there. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get our stuff back up. Here we go. All right, so that is 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. We have runners still at first for Justin Maxwell, who hit a double his first time up. Justin Maxwell. Here he is. All right, let's see if we can get back in the swing of things here. Justin Maxwell with the windup in the pitch. Here it comes. It's a 4-19. 4 is in play. In play, 19 against the lefty is going to be a single. It's going to be a single. 19 to 38 is, and that's exactly what he rolled, was a 19. So if he would have had one less, an 18, it would have been a triple. But nope, 19. So it's a single. So he hits a single, but we have to find out if the runner can go first to third. So once again, we use our little trusty charts. We have a runner on at first, who happens to be Carlos Pena. Carlos Pena's run rating, I don't have that written down yet. Should have written that down. Carlos Pena, run of 7, so he's just average, run of 7. All right, so he's on at first. We're going to find out if he was going to take 1 base or 2 bases. We roll these dice to find out where the ball was hit. That's a 7 and a 1. So 7 is going to be hit to right field, which is actually good if you're trying to go from first to third, because you're going to get a +1. We'll look at that here in a second. So right field, and a 1 was shallow. So we look at our modifiers. We look at the runner, who's got a speed of 7. So 7 is no bonus. It was hit shallow, so he gets a -1 to the dice roll. and it was hit to right field, so he gets a +1. So those kind of +1, -1 offset. And then it was a in-play check, so there's nothing there either. So all in all, it's just a straight dice roll of 2. Look at 2, runner at first, and he's just going one base. So on the single, Justin Maxwell gets himself a single and advances to second on the single. So runners at first and second for John Castro. Flied out to right field his first time up. John Castro. Or, I'm sorry, Jason Castro. Why do I keep saying John Castro? All right, we got a 10-39. 10 is patient. Jason Castro, patient 39. It's going to be a walk. So we have us walk, ball, 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 ball. We have this bases loaded situation here for Matt Dominguez, who walked his first time up. Matt Dominguez. All right, bases loaded here for Matt Harrison. Pitching coach comes out, has a little talk with him, trying to settle him down here. It's a big spot. Matt Dominguez against left-handers. Batted .235, an OBS of .274, and a slugging of .335. .353, sorry. Here it comes, the windup in the pitch. That's a .324, so uh-oh, that's a wheelhouse check. That's a wheelhouse 24. Oh, he just missed the home run. Look at that, 24. He got himself a double. A double. Just missed the grand salami. Wow, 24 is exactly what he needed to get the double. So he gets himself a double. Now we got the double chart. We got to find out if the runner goes first all the way home, which he will because there are 2 outs. I'm going to remember that this time. Right? There are 1, 2 outs. Yes. So we have got us a bases clearing double by Matt Dominguez. 3 runs score. So that's going to be a double. And everyone's scoring on the 2 out double. Wow. 3 runs cross for Houston. Whew. 3 RBIs for Matt Dominguez. Brandon Barnes, who struck out his first time up. Brandon Barnes, that was an exciting play there. Here we go, Brandon Barnes. Struck out his first time up. Let's see what he does this time. It's a 4.26. A 4 is in play 26. It's going to be a single. Let's see if that drives in another run. That's going to be a single. So we have a single. We have a runner on his second right here, this chart. Who happens to be Matt Dominguez. Oops. Matt Dominguez, who has a... I should have written down all their stats. I'll have to do that. I'll have to try and remember. Matt Dominguez, who just hit the big bases clearing triple or double. Where is his card? There it is. He has a run of 6, so he's actually kind of slow. Oh, I do have that one written down. Damn it. Okay, anyways. So 6, he's going to give him a -1 of the dice roll. We have to find out where it was hit. Here we go. Boom, 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 really quickly. And away we go. It's a 33, so left field, it's hit shallow. So shallow is going to give you -1, a -1 for the runner's speed. And we ended up rolling a 5, so 5 - 2 is a 3. We look at 3, and he is still going to score on the shallow fly ball single. So Brandon Barnes with the single is going to drive in the run. Another run comes across for Houston. 4 runs across, 6-3 lead. Ronnie Cedeno, who struck out his first time up. Ronnie Cedeno. There he is. Runner on first, 2 outs. That's a 10-0-3, so 10's patient. Patient 0-3 is going to be a walk. And that might be it. That might be it for... that was not an intentional walk. He's given up 6 runs, 5 hits. How many walks is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks already. Do they give up? Man, who's up? Jose Altuve, who's hit a double and scorched one to second. Altuve. He actually hit worse against right-handed pitching. Do they pull him? I don't know. What do you guys think? He's given up 6 runs. It's only in the bottom of the 3rd inning, though. It's kind of early to be pulling him this early in the season. Now they'll let Altuve hit, I guess. Hoping Matt Harrison can get out of the inning. See what happens. That's a 421. 4's in play. Uh-oh, this is going to be bad. That's another single. That is going to score. Let's see. We have man on first and second. There are 2 outs. So that single is going to give 2 bases to everyone. So 2 bases is going to score. You're going to advance to third. And that will be it. That will be it for Matt Harrison. They cannot. Yep. Beatles Eternally says it's time for the hook. Yep. I was hoping maybe he could get out of that inning, but that's it. They're pulling the hook, bringing in the relievers. All right. Well, let's see who Houston has here. Okay. We would like a long reliever here because they're going to have to stay in for a little while. Got a short. Here's their long reliever right here. Nick Tepnich. Nick Tepnich is coming in to pitch. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So I just have to create his card here for us. Save as. All right, so this is Texas. Nick Tepnich. 2013. All right, and that's it. So Matt Harrison's day is done. We need to insert a pitch runner, insert a pinch hitter, insert a new pitcher into the game. There we go. What? Wait a minute. What? Insert a new pitcher in the game. Yes, that's what I want. We would like. Who the hell are we bringing in again? I forgot his name already. Damn it. Wow. Where it is? Here it is. Nick Tepnich. Does not bat. Okay, there we go. And now we just need to open his card here so everyone can see. He is for Texas. Here he is. There's his card. All right. So There we go. Nick Tepich comes in to relieve the Texas pitcher. Brett Wallace, who has got 2 strikeouts on the day. Brett Wallace. Let's see. Lefty versus the righty here. Brett Wallace with the windup in the pitch. It's a 480. 4's tough. 80. He's a right-hander this time. 80 is going to be a strikeout. So Nick Tepich comes in and gets the strikeout. So we go into the top of the 4th inning. It is now 7-3 Houston with the big 5 runs there in the 3rd inning. Let's see if Bud Norris can finish settling down here. Up for Texas is A.J. Perninsky, who got a single his first time up. A.J. Perninsky here. 1 for 1 on the season. All right, we have a 5-20. 5 is in play 20. In play 20 against a righty. In play 20 is going to be a single. So that's a single for AJ. He's 2 for 2 on the season. Mitch Moreland with the 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. 2 up. Mitch Moreland, another lefty, back-to-back lefties against Bud Norris. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. It's a 9-72. 9 in play 72 against the righty. And 72 is going to be a fly ball to center field. Oop, a fly ball. Center field. 1 away. And Perninsky stays on first. Leonis Martin, who hit a triple his first time up. On 1 chance in 100 to get the triple, and he got it. So over here is his card. 1 away here, 1 on. 7-3, top of 4th inning. We got us a 9:53. 9's in play. In play 53 is going to be a ground ball. Hit to second. Let's check that double play. Let's see if it's a double play. We have a 5 here. And the pitcher is a 9. So it's actually a 6, so it's not a double play because it's higher than Leonis Martin's 5. So we're going to have a fielder's choice out at second. 6-4? No. Yes. Wait. He hit it too short. I think he hit it short. It doesn't really matter. It's just scorekeeping. As long as we get the out, it doesn't matter. All right, Ian Kinsler, who grounded to short and fly to left field. Ian Kinsler. Wind up at the pitch. Here it comes. That's an 11-63. 11's a ballpark. Ballpark 63. We got to get the right thing here. Ballpark 63 for you guys. Against the right-handed Kinsler. It's going to be a wheelhouse check. So 1-23. And Ian Kinsler's got himself a home run as he gets one down the middle of the plate. Let's see if he can crank this one out and bring Texas a little bit back. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 22. 12. Look at that. Just barely made that home run. And Ian Kinsler hits himself a 2-run home run. Wow. Home run. And Leonis Martin scores. And Texas in the top of the 4th inning comes back with 2 runs themselves. That brings up Elvis Andres. Hit down to first and fly ball into right. And we got us a hell of a ball game going on here at Minute Maid Park for March 31st, 2013. And this is turned into quite a battle. That's a 12-9, 12-54. Sorry, 12-54. 12 is a wheelhouse. Elvis Andres A wheelhouse check, but he rolled a 54, so got on top of it. Ground ball down to third, and that's going to end the inning. But two big runs by Texas come right back and cut into that Astros lead. It's 7-5 going to the bottom of four. Chris Carter walked both times up so far in the season. Chris Carter. And he'll be facing off against the new pitcher here, Nick Tepnish, trying to do some long relieving. Going yard, Al Red Sox fan says. That's right. Here it comes. The pitch is a 6.85, so 6 is in play. In play 85 is going to be ground ball hit to short. And brings up Carlos Pena. Hit into a fielder's choice and struck out in the first. Carlos Pena wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 5.38. 5 is in play. In play 38. Not good enough. 38 is going to be a pop-up. A pop-up to second base. Two quick outs here. Justin Maxwell. His a single and a double so far. Justin Maxwell. And that's a 6.33. So in play 33. Justin Maxwell. There he is. He is a in play 33. So in play, just outside his range. A 33 is going to be a pop up to the catcher. A little pop up hit to the catcher. Just in front of home plate for the out. And they go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We're in the fifth inning. I'm going to try and speed things up for you guys now. Lance Berkman reached on the air and fly to center. Lance Berkman. Here we go. And he'll obviously be facing off against Bud Norris here, not the other pitcher. Here we go. Lance Berkman, Bud Norris. Wind up in the pitch. That's a 3.66. So 3 is patient. Patient 66 is going to be a walk. So, nope. And that brings up Adrian Beltre. Grounded to short and hit a single. Adrian Beltre. There we are. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 5.33. 5 is in play. 33 is going to be a pop-up to the catcher again. Only one chance in 100 that we're going to get a pop-up to the catcher. And we got twice here in just a couple outs. Berkman will stay on first. One away. David Murphy, who had a double and a fly ball to center. David Murphy, 1 for 2. Berkman on at first. Thinks about going. It's a 9-13. 9 is in play. In play 13 is going to be a single. An in play single. And Berkman, he's got a run of 6. So he was on first. Can he make it to third? Well, we got to find out where the ball was hit to and how far. That is a 2 and an 8. 2 is left field, so it's a -1. 8 is deep. That's a +1. So those kind of offset. He's got a speed of 6. So it's a -1 to the dice roll. We ended up rolling a 6 on it. -1 is going to be a check if he wants to risk the throw. Who is the ball hit to? I'm just going to leave him on it. So back to a walk and then a single here. Advances to second. Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz. This is what I'm looking for. Nelson Cruz. So runners on first and second, 1 out. Nelson Cruz. That's a 961. 9 is in play. In play, 91 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. Let's see if it's a double play. Double play rating for Nelson Cruz is a 7. The pitcher has a double play rating of 9. We need 7 or less. And we got the double play. 6-4-3 double play. So let's see, where would that be listed? Ground ball double play. That's going to be 6-4-3. Pitcher's best friends, and that's going to end the inning. Going to the bottom of 5. Jason Castro's up. Walked, fly to right. Jason Castro. Jason Castro. There he is. Here comes the windup in the pitch. Lefty against the righty here. That's a 960. 9 is in play. 60 is going to be a fly ball with the left field. Fly ball to left. Matt Dominguez, who hit a bases clearing double. So bases clearing double. Matt Dominguez. Wait. There he is. Up against Nick Tepich. And it's a 749. So 7 is tough. 49 is going to be a double. So Matt Dominguez, once again, doubling. 2 for 2 on the day with 2 doubles and a walk. So Matt Dominguez. Brandon Barnes, a single and a strikeout. Brandon Barnes. Can't afford to let any more runs across here. Brandon Barnes. Wind up in the pitch. It's a 5-0-5. So 5 is in play. In play 0-5 is a double. 1-6 is a double. He rolled a 0-5. So double for Brandon Barnes. And that's going to score Dominguez. And Nick Tepich. That might be it for him. But whew, he's come in and gotten, from here, he's only gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's only faced 7 batters. He's got 4 outs, a double, and 2 doubles. They'll leave him in. I think they'll leave him in. All right, due up now is Ronnie Cedeno. Ronnie Cedeno. There he is. See if we can get this out here. Ronnie Cedeno. That's a ballpark 70. Ooh, that's going to be close again. Ballpark, and that's a 74 against righty. Look at that, 1-74 is a wheelhouse. He gets one in the wheelhouse here at Minute Maid Park. Fortunately, against right-handers, if you're a Texas fan, he doesn't hit any he doesn't hit any home runs against righties. So that's one saving grace, but he did get one right down the middle. Here it comes. And that is going to be a 31. So 31 actually ends up being a pop-up to third. Pop-up to third. Pop-up to third. For the second out, nobody's going anywhere. That brings up Altuve, 2 for 3 on the day with a single, a double, and a ground ball out. Altuve back up for the 4th time already. So got one in the wheelhouse and just popped under it. Got it over on the third base line there. Altuve looking for a wheelhouse check himself. Let's see what happens. It's a 4-0-3. 4 is tough. 0-3, a tough 0-3 is always going to be a strikeout. So that's going to end the inning. So not much damage done there. What the hell happened here? Why did I not get any? Huh. Why? That's the sixth inning. Their sixth inning. Oh, because they had an overlap here. They batted around. That's what happened. Okay, I was a little confused there. I think they batted around and moved their inning over. I think is what happened. Does that make sense to anyone else besides me? Because sixth inning, if we look at, they're in their sixth inning. If you look at um, Houston, they show sixth inning, but they haven't. Yeah, go away. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't care about your stupid locations. Yeah. All right, well, we'll keep going. Who's up? AJ Perninsky's up. That's who's up. Bed Norris still pitching. AJ Perninsky, I think, is 2 for 2 on the day. He is two singles on the day. AJ Perninsky looking for another one. Can he be 3 for 3? And the windup in the pitch. Here it comes. It's 10:34. 10 is tough. Tough 34 against the righty, and that's going to be a double. Look at that. Just when he needed a double. So AJ Perninsky strikes again. 3 for 3 on the day. Mitch Moreland's up. Mitch Moreland, the lefty. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 10-0-3, so 10 is tough. Anytime you have a low, tough number, it's probably a strikeout. In this case, it is. So strikeout for Mitch Moreland, who's had a home run and a fly ball to deep center field. Leonis Martins, who hit a triple and a ground into a fielder's choice. Martin. And the windup of the pitch. That's a 9:44. 9 is in play 44. In play 44 is going to be a ground ball hit to first. Ground ball hit to first. So he got himself a ground ball out. Ground out to first base. Okay, and Perninsky's going to go to third on the play. Ian Kinsler. Ian Kinsler with the home run last time up. Ian Kinsler, can he bring his team back closer again? Here he comes, the windup and the pitch. That is a 10-80, 10 tough 80. Ian Kinsler, tough 80 is going to be a fly ball hit to center field for the third out. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to take just a few second break here. Just bear with me a second. I got to run out and do something real quick. I'll be back in a sec. All right, let's see if we can get these last couple innings done here. We're in the, I believe, top of the seventh here for Brett Wallace. Brett Wallace. All right, where are you, Brett? Oh, wait a minute, we're in the wrong inning here. All right, Brett Wallace, there we go. Probably time to bring in a lefty for Houston. Do we have any lefty relievers here? Robbie Ross. There we go. Robbie Ross is going to come in and pitch like an inning. Thanks. Welcome back. Beatles Eternally says. It's always nice to be welcome back. All right, Robbie Ross is going to come in. Righty. Ready. And this is Texas. Robbie Ross, 2013. Save. All right, now I just need to get his card, bring it up. Texas, Robbie Ross, there we go. All right, Robbie Ross is going to come in and pitch for this inning here. Try to get the Astros out in order. 2 up, Brett Wallace against Robbie Ross, lefty on lefty matchup here. Wind up in the pitch, here it comes. That's a 298. 2 is defense. Defense 98. Defense of 98. We're going to look at that chart. 98 is right fielder. We're going to check a right fielder's error rating. Right fielder. Let's see, who is that? Right fielder. That's Nelson Cruz. So Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz, where are you? There you are. You're right fielder. You have an error rating of 3. Let's see if he makes an error. Let's roll them bones and see what happens here. So error of 3. So 1 to 38 is going to be an error. 1 to 38. Otherwise, he's going to make the catch out there in right field. That's a 93. Makes an easy play. So we have us a fly ball. Hits right field for the out. Chris Carter, a couple walks and a ground out. Chris Carter. Trying to go through this quick, guys. Appreciate everyone stopping out tonight to have some fun with us. Where the hell is Chris Carter's card? I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. All right, Chris Carter. Here we go. Robbie Ross, see if he can get another big out here. That's an 843. 8 is in play. 43 is going to be ground ball hit to first. Nope. It doesn't matter if it's a fly out or pop up. Doesn't matter. Carlos Pena. Another lefty coming out against Robbie Ross. Can he get a 1-2-3 inning here and keep Texas close within striking distance? That is a 4-17. 4 is patient. Patient 17 against the lefties, a walk. So walk. Justin Maxwell. There he is. Righty against the lefty. Robbie Ross with the walk there. 2 outs. That is a 750. So in play 50 is going to be a ground ball hit to third. Ground out to third. That should be the third inning. Yep, there it is. All right, so we are in the 7th inning now. 7th inning. Let's look at Bud Norris here. Can keep pitching. He's got 8-5 lead. Due up. Elvis Andrus first. Elvis, Bud Norris will come out. Let's see how he does against the first couple hitters. That is an 11.47. So ballpark 47 against the right-hander. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Right-hander. That's going to be a wheelhouse check for Elvis Andrus. Oh, wow.
2 pars.
Good. Let's see what Elvis can do with the pitch. It's a wheelhouse check. 32 is going to be just a single. So just a single to lead off the inning, though. Lance Berkman walking a couple fly out in the ground now. Lance Berkman. There he is. Lance Berkman. Going to hit from the left side this time against the right-handed Bud Norris. 798. So 7's in play. 98 is going to be a fly ball to right. That's going to be a fly ball to right for the first out. Adrian Beltre, 1 for 3 with a single on the day. 1 for 3 with a single for Beltre. Here it comes, the windup in the pitch. Where's his card? There it is. Okay. Adrian Beltre. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 10.93. 10 is tough 93. Tough 93 is going to be a fly ball to left. So 2 good outs there for Bud. Brings up David Murphy. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. David Murphy. Can he get this all-important last out of the 7th inning? 10.43. That's a tough 43. No, that's going to be a single. That's going to be a single. And Honduras is going to go first to second to third because there's 2 outs. Automatically gets the 2 bases. So runners on the corners for Nelson Cruz. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball double play. Can they get Nelson Cruz? Last all-important third out. Runners on the corners. 2 outs here. Top of 7. Big play of the game right here. Big dice roll. Here it comes. Wind up and the pitch. It's coming in there. 2-2's the count. It's a 6.38. 6 is patient. Patient. 38's going to be a single. And Nelson Cruz delivers a single. And Durst is going to score, and going first to third is going to be Murphy. And that's going to be it for Bud Norris. As runners on the corners, who is due up? A.J. Perninsky, who was 3 for 3 off him on the day. A.J. Perninsky, he's a lefty, so Houston's going to be bringing in a lefty here. A reliever here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Who do they bring in? I think they're going to bring in the lefty right here. Wesley Wright. Wesley Wright. Let's try and say that name. Wesley Wright. He's the lefty to face off against A.J. Perninsky, the lefty. Crop, file, save as. Go JPEG. This is going to be Houston this time. Wesley Wright, 2013. And that's it for Bud Norris. We're going to need to tell the computer we're inserting a new pitcher. Wesley Wright. Okay, I forgot to do that the last time we did that. Oh well, it's all right. All right, so now we just need to open his card up. Wesley Wright for Houston. Big play of the game coming up. Runners still on the corners, 2 outs here. Wesley Wright to face off against A.J. Prudzinski. Prudzinski's 3 for 3 on the day. 2 singles and a double. Can he continue the hot hitting here, first game 2013? The windup in the pitch by Wesley Wright. Here it comes. It's a curveball. It's in there. That's a 449. That's a ballpark 49. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's going to be a wheelhouse check. A wheelhouse check for A.J. Prudzinski. As Wesley Wright leaves the hanging curveball, A.J. Prudzinski gets a hold of it. Let's see how far it goes. It is 65, and he got under it and dribbled it to shortstop to end the inning. And all of Houston is let out a big sigh of relief there. We're going into the 7th inning stretch. So take us out to the ball game, folks. We're going to have us a time. Robbie Ross, Jason Castro. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Jason Castro. Robbie Ross is going to stay out to face off against Jason Castro, the lefty. Bottom of 7. Here we go. To 9, 19. 9 is ballpark. 19 is going to be a wheelhouse check. So Jason Castro, 1-35, has got himself a home run against the left-handed Robbie Ross. And this might have been a mistake to leave him out there. We'll see. That is a 0-6, and Jason Castro going, gone. In the upper deck, it's first of the season. Jason Castro, one swing of the bat, gets that run back. All righty, that brings up Matt Dominguez, who's 2 doubles and a walk on the day. Matt Dominguez, the right-hander, and they might be getting rid of Robbie Ross here. Let's see, who do we have for right-handed relieving here? Tanner Scheppers. Tanner Scheppers is going to come in, I think, and try and get it some work here. Tanner Scheppers. That's going to be Texas. Oops. SCH. Tanner Scheppers. All right, that's it for Robbie Ross's day. We can tell the computer we're inserting a new pitcher. This is Tanner Scheppers for Texas. All right, so Tanner Scheppers will face off against Matt Dominguez. The hot-hitting Matt Dominguez. Here it comes, the windup in the pitch. That is a 577, so 5 is tough. 77 is going to be fly ball to center field. Oops. Fly ball to center. And they get out Dominguez for the first time. Brandon Barnes with a single and a double and a strikeout. Brandon Barnes. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 7-23. That's patient. 23 is going to be a double. Double for Brandon Barnes. So 2 doubles and a single on the day with a strikeout. Ronnie Cedeno 0 for 2 with a walk. Ronnie Cedeno. The hot hitting Astros. Here we go. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That is going to be a 10-56. It's a ballpark 56. 56, if you remember, is a wheelhouse check. We're going to be rolling for Ronnie Cedeno's wheelhouse check. He needs anything lower than a 25 to get himself a hit. That's a 75. That's not going to do it. That's a fly ball to center. And Barnes is going to stay on second. That's going to bring up Jose Altuve. Okay, I don't care that I don't have a location set. Oh my God. All right, Houston. There. Are you fucking happy now? Yeah, I don't care. Grr, stupid thing. All right, Altuve. A double, a single, ground ball, and a strikeout. He's had just about one of everything today. Let's see if Altuve can drive in that run. Tanner Shepard's with the windup in the pitch. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's in there. That's a 683. 6 is in play. 83 is not going to get the job done. And it's going to be a ground ball hit to short. Ground ball hit to short. Ground ball hit to short. Okay, that's going to end the inning. So 9-6 going into the 8th inning here. This is the highest game I think I've ever recorded in Payoff Pitch here. Lots of action here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. We're in the top of the 8th inning. We have Mitch Moreland coming up. Mitch Moreland to face off against, let's see, Mitch Moreland. What is Mitchie? Mitch Moreland is, I'm not sure if he's a lefty or a lefty. Let's see. He's a lefty, so we're going to leave Wesley Wright out there to face off against Mitch Moreland. There it comes. Wind up in the pitch. It's in there. 7-0-3, so in play 0-3. And in play, who's up? Forgot. My bad. Mitch Moreland. Thank you. Mitch Moreland's up. And that is a in play 0-3. So in play 0-3 is going to be a double to lead off the inning. That brings up Martin Leones. Another lefty. They're going to leave Wesley Wright in there, see if he can induce that ground ball double play. Martin with the windup and the pitch. Here it comes. It's in there. We got ourselves a 5-0-8. Patient 0-8 against the lefty is going to be a walk, and there are runners on first and second with nobody out. That brings up the righty, Ian Kinsler, but before that happens, Wesley Wright's day is going to be done here as well, Hector Ambrose is coming in, it looks like. Wow, a lot of pitching changes here. It's almost like a National League game where it matters. All right, save is. This is going to be Houston. Ambrose 2013. All right. Houston. All right, where are you? Hector's coming in. Good old Hector. Let's see if he can get it out here against. Who's he up against? Ian Kingsler. Runners on first and second. Hector Ambriz. Wind up in the pitch. That's a 462. 4 is in play 62. In play 62 is going to be a ground ball. It's hit to second base. Let's see if that's a ground ball double play. That's an 8, so it's not a double play. All right, so he hit into the fielder's choice. Out at second. It's going to be a 4-6. Moreland's going to advance to third. All right. So runners on the corners with 1 out for Elvis Andres against Hector Ambriz. We got us an 1191. 11 is patient. Patient 91 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. Let's see if that is going to be the ground ball double play we need. They need to have a 7 or less. It's not a ground ball double play. And that is going to score a run. Fielder's choice. 6-4. Moreland's going to score for the second out. And runner on at first. 2 away here for Lance Berkman. Lance Berkman. And lots of good chat going on. I haven't been able to really concentrate much on it, but that's a 7-16 in play 16. That's not going to be good. A 16 in play is going to be a single. Oh my gosh. And first to third on the single. Runners on the corners 2 away here for Adrian Beltre. Adrian Beltre can tie this ball game up if he gets a hold of one here. Here it comes, the windup in the pitch. That is a 4-0-7. Oh no, another in play 0-7, another single. Wow. Another single. That's going to score, and Berkman's going to go first to third on the play. And that brings up David Murphy. That is their 15th hit of the game. It is now 8-9. Runners on the corners for David Murphy. Just begging to get the out, Hector. Just begging for you to get it out. That would be awesome. That is a 251. So 2 is tough. 51. Ooh, that's a fly ball to center, and he does. Or I'm sorry, to left. He does get the last out. Going in the bottom of the 8th inning here. Tanner Sheppers. He's going to be facing off against Brett Wallace. Should be done here within, say, 10 minutes, guys. I'm just trying to hurry up through this here now. Brett, where are you? I'm on the wrong team. Good Lord. Brett Wallace. All right, here we go. It's a lot of work to put these together and trying to keep everything organized, guys. So hope you appreciate it. Tanner Sheppers, Brett Wallace. The windup at the pitch is a 585. 5 is tough, tough 85. It's going to be a ground ball, hit to second. Oops. Ground ball hit to second. Chris Carter. Chris Carter wind up in the pitch. All right, here it comes. Tanner Shepard's trying to get out of the inning here. 761 patient. 61. That's going to be a hit by pitch. So Chris Carter takes one in the side. Hit by pitch. He's aboard. Carlos Pena. 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. Carlos Pena. All right. We have a 764. That's a patient 64. 64. That's going to be a double. Carlos Pena, patient double. So Carlos Pena with the patient double. And Chris Carter goes to third on the play. Justin Maxwell with runners on its. Okay. Runners on at the corners with one away here for Justin Maxwell. Here he goes, wind up in the pitch. Justin Maxwell, Tanner Shepard's trying to get out of this inning here. It's a 0-0, so we're going to re-roll it. We don't do the rare plays. That's a 344. Tough 44 against the righty is going to be a strikeout. So strike, strike, strike. Two-way here for Jason Castro. Lefty. Can Tanner Shepard's get that last out here? That's a 6-15. That's in play 15 against righty. That's going to be a 15 is going to be a single. A single. And Carter's going to score, and Pena is going to score because of the two outs. You get the two bases on that. And two big insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that might have spelled the doom for Texas as their pitching has come unglued against this potent Houston offense. Matt Dominguez. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. 8-64. So in play, 64. Not going to do it. So that's a ground ball. Hit to short. I'm sorry, hit to second. And that's going to end the inning. Going in the top of 9 here, 11-8. And what a ball game. Texas Rangers, 8 runs, 15 hits, no errors. The Houston Astros, 11 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Due up Nelson Cruz. And I'm not sure who Houston has as a closer. Let's see if we can find said closer to close this game out. Or try to anyways. Game saved is what I probably should be looking for. Here, oh, Bud Norris was a game saved at 21. Game saved 25. Oh no, that's game started. Wait a minute, that's game started. Where's save? Game save. Damn it. Game started. Complete games. Save. Oh, there's saves. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Let's look for the save meister. There's a 5, 1, 2. Really? Save 19. Jose Vera. Looks like Jose Vera is going to be the man that steps out of the bullpen to try and save this one for Houston. Jose Veras. Crop. File. Save as. This is Houston. All right. So, Jose Veras stepping in. I should probably tell them we have a new pitcher. Jose Veras. There he is. All right, let's see if Jose Veras can close this game out. We have Nelson Cruz due up. Nelson Cruz, 1 for 4 on the day with a single against Jose Veras. That is an 8.47. 8 is tough. A tough 47 against who is this? Nelson Cruz. Tough 47 is going to be a strikeout. Tough 47. So strikes out. That's going to be a strikeout. AJ Perninsky with 2 singles and a double and a ground ball. So 3 for 4, not that bad against Jose Veras. Hey, thanks, Ken. Thanks, buddy. 1088. 1080 is a ballpark. 88, though, against the left-hander is not going to be. Oops. Against the left-hander, 88 is actually an in-play check. So AJ Perninsky gets an in-play check. An in-play check for AJ Perninsky. Against the right-hander, he needs less than a 25. In this case, he rolled a 77. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. I'm sorry, yes, center field. Yep, okay. Down to our last now, Mitch Moreland, top of the 9th inning here. 11-8. Mitch Moreland, the last hope, has a home run, a double on the day. Mitch Moreland against Jose Veras. Mitch Moreland against Jose Veras. Oh, thanks, Beatles. I know it's a lot of work for you, ID Jester, but always made it fun. So nice comments. Very nice, Ken and Beatles. And all right, Mitch Moreland, what do you got? You got a 438. That's a tough 38. And that's going to be a strikeout at the end of the game. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Ball scores to take the note. The home team has won the game. Yay, the home team has won the game. Wow. So there you go. Texas box scores 8 runs on 15 hits, no errors. Houston survives a wild one here at Minute Maid Park. Their box score 11 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. And if we looked at the real life score from the game that actually happened, it ended up being Texas had 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. And Houston scored 8 runs on 9 hits with no errors. So in real life, Houston won 8-2. In our game, Houston won 11-8. And a very exciting matchup here in Payoff Pitch Baseball. Wow, that was exciting. I want to thank everyone for stopping out here tonight. Beatles Eternally, Ken Castro had a great conversation going on in the chat. We had let's see, we had, I know Al, Red Sox fan, was here for a while. I know that, who else was there? Max Cornelius came by, Tim Carroll. Some really good players. You should check that out. I appreciate everyone coming out and visiting spending some time here with me. It was a lot of fun bringing it to you, but man, it's a lot of work. I need to find a better way to keep track of things. I thought about maybe keeping, instead of using ball scored, is using my little printout here. That might speed it up a lot, I think, but it's hard. It's hard to know. I might try it that way just to see. It's a lot of work clicking and scrolling back and forth and trying to find the right players and getting the pictures and getting them in. So I don't know. Maybe I just have to get a little recorder so I can just do the cards and dice. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining me. Whew, that was exhausting. It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So after like 2 hours, I'm like beat. I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. So again, Beatles Eternally, Ken Castro, and all my other friends out there, thanks for joining me. Do appreciate it. Glad you guys had a great conversation in the chat, and we will see everyone soon. Take care.